So today I thought we'd talk about a card I'm not really comfortable with, which is the Six of Wands. Now, to understand the Six of Wands, I think we need to look at the other minor arcana sixes because they all have a key detail which helps us to understand this six. And I think we also need to look at the other horses that Pamela Colman Smith painted. So let's look at the other sixes to begin with. So we are looking very specifically here at the Rider-Waite minor arcana sixes. And they all show an unequal relationship. We have the man in the guise of the merchant here, with the two beggars on their knees receiving. To me, is it the fact that this child or young person seems to be towering above a young woman? I'm not sure. For me, the unequal relationship is actually this chap here in blue who is walking away. And then it's incredibly clear to me that we have an individual and a child here, and they are moving away from a situation or moving towards a situation, but this is the person that is in charge of this situation. So all of the sixes have an unequal relationship, and we clearly have that shown in the Six of Wands, because this person here dominates the cards, very much as in the merchant dominates the Six of Pentacles. And we can't even quite see the other people. They are crowded out as if they are not important. So the first thing we know about the Six of Wands is it is about unequal relationships. Now that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes we need a leader. Sometimes we need a teacher or a mentor or somebody to take responsibility for a situation. So it's not always a bad thing, but to me it is a clear part of the Rider-Waite sixes. The second thing I want to talk about is the fact that he's got two laurel wreaths, not just the one, but two. The way that he's sat on this horse with the big red cloak and the boots and the gloves, he is dressed for success. Now, I don't think, in my mind, I create stories in my mind, I don't think he's necessarily coming back from the battle having won the battle, because if he's won the battle he might look a little bit more like the Nine of Wands than the Six of Wands. To me, this is somebody heading off to the battle, proving that they can win it by the way that they are dressed and by the sort of the pomp and ceremony of this card. And this card can often mean fake it till you make it. Now, I'd never fake confidence. I'd never fake skill, but I certainly fake confidence. I can remember my first ever tarot workshop. Rachel Burge was the first person who walked through the door. My good friend and the author. I was terrified. I spent an hour crying in the car. And when Rachel walked in, I pulled a complete Six of Wands and I faked my confidence. Rachel said afterwards she thought I'd been teaching tarot for years. And she was really shocked to realise just how utterly nervous I was. So this can mean, putting on whatever makes you feel confident, whether that's red lipstick or a favourite outfit, or even that idea of standing up when you're on the telephone to seem more confident. That fake the confidence till you make it. It definitely has that feel to me. Why has he got two laurel wreaths? To persuade himself that he can be successful, to persuade everyone else that he can be successful. I'm not convinced it's because he has been successful. And then we look at the horse. So let's run through some of the horses that Pamela Colman Smith painted. We have the amazing Knight of Swords. You can really feel the movement in that horse. We have the beautiful horse in the sun. I mean, it looks so stable. It looks so magical. Perhaps similar to the Knight of Swords, we have the Knight of Wands here. Again, the details bring the horse to life. What I love about Pamela Coleman Smith's horses is about how each one is so different. And weirdly, the horse of death, even with his red eyes, I'm going to argue looks more real and more alive than the horse in the Six of Wands. And I am convinced that the horse in the Six of Wands is a puppet, or a mama's horse, or a pantomime horse. And the question I would be asking is, what is underneath here? Because sometimes I have seen the Six of Wands represent the hidden cost of success. Maybe you're working all hours to create something important to you, but your relationship or your health or your happiness is the hidden cost of success. Or maybe this card is representing someone else, and it is saying, yeah, they think they're all that. They are presenting as charismatic and in charge and successful, but there's something they are not showing. The idea that if something looks too good to be true, it probably is. So, I mean, I've looked at quite a lot of the more negative sides of the Six of Wands, probably because I think so many people just see this as victory and success, and they don't see the other side of this card. I think almost every tarot card, there are a few exceptions, when we look at the card, we have to ask, what is the best that this card can be? What is the worst that this card can be? And what is the advice for this card? The best this card can be is success and victory. It is also recognition by your peers or people that are important to you. The recognition of success. That's an important part of this card. The advice I have very often found is to be confident, is to act as if you can do it. And something really magical can happen when we believe in ourselves, when we act as if we can do something. This might be, me as an author. One of the things that I did was I bought a second computer with a really nice keyboard. And it was a real sort of like believing in myself action. So it can be that idea of believe in yourself, have faith, fake it till you make it. Confidence only, never skill. But the warning side of this card is, what is the hidden cost behind this? That might be in you. And I certainly used to get this card in the early years of my business. And I realised I was not spending enough time with my children, and that I would regret that. And I adjusted my work hours. Or of course, if it's representing someone else, then it might be suggest they are hiding something to be able to present as a little bit more accomplished than they perhaps really are.